Hello, Herbert Puchta here. I'm excited to have an opportunity to present to you my latest book with Cambridge University Press, 101 Tips for Teaching Teenagers. Here it is, with a photo on the back cover of me teaching a group of teens in Graz, Austria in 1984. Let me briefly share with you what you can find in the book, and then I'll offer a set of tips from the book on how to use elements of gamification to boost your students' motivation. All right, so here we go. The book's divided into 9 chapters. 1, motivation. 2, classroom management. Classroom culture is 3. Followed by a chapter each on the 4 skills. Listening is chapter 4, speaking 5, reading 6, and writing 7. Chapter 8 is about behavior management. And last but not least, chapter 9 focuses on the very important topic, fostering your students' maturity. Each of these chapters features a range of practical tips which not only reference recent research and developments in understanding teenagers, but also give you very concrete, clear, and easy-to-use teaching strategies for your classroom. The chapter on speaking, with 17 tips altogether and about 70 teaching strategies, is the longest in the book. Justifiably, I believe, in response to the point made by many colleagues that it's often very difficult to get teens to talk in the target language. And now, as promised, as one example, let me briefly share one of the tips from chapter 1, motivation. The tip is titled Gamify Learning. We all know that teenagers love digital games. They're all about challenge and rewards with elements of chance. Dopamine and endorphins are released when they play, and the excitement grows and the players feel good. In an ideal classroom, all learners will be intrinsically motivated anyway. They will find learning fun, interesting, and rewarding. But let's be honest, who among us teaches in an ideal classroom? While our learners may be intrinsically motivated to do some things, they won't necessarily be keen on English. So adding gaming elements to your lesson can be helpful, and here are some strategies. Get a soft tip or magnetic dartboard. Create question categories, content from previous lessons, sport, films, trivia, but also language areas, grammar, lexis, etc. Match each of them with a section on the dartboard. For each category, write questions on index cards and the number of points for the correct answer. Students play in pairs. A throws a dart, B draws the next card from the respective pile. You can play for, say, 10 minutes at the end of a lesson and keep a tally of the students' points. The next suggestion is about helping them gamify their home study. Write a to-do list at the end of a lesson and allocate points to each task on the list. Ask the students to copy the list and the number of points for completing each task. Next lesson, before the start, students write their points on a wall chart. To add another gamification element, occasionally draw a student's name out of a box with all their names in it. Then play paper, scissors, stone with them and award points for beating you. That takes 2 minutes and is hugely motivational and fun. And of course, the points that student has won get added immediately to the scoreboard. Show them that an otherwise boring task can become a game. If they have to study a list of irregular verbs, for example, they can give themselves points for learning it. The faster they learn, the more points they get. But you must tell them too that they have to deduct points for looking at their phone or any other diversion while studying. Tell them this game only works if they are honest with themselves. Try out these tips. It's amazing how much fun your students can have if you use them. And finally, a tiny suggestion that may make a huge difference to your students' motivation. Big points are more motivating. If they can give themselves 1,000 points for each correct answer, this will make them more excited than if it's only 1 point per answer. Try this out. For you, it may not make a lot of difference at all, but for you students, it will. All right? Thank you for watching this, and I hope you and your teenage students will enjoy trying out these tips in your classroom.